the second one.
That's true. So we do have here players. Looks like I thought we were going to game 2, but oh yeah, game 3 actually looks.
No, this is game 2. Wait, oh, okay. Unclear what happened here, but we see Adriano being on the play at least, suggesting that he did lose the first game, or it's very possible that this is actually just the entire match. Yeah, I think it is, because you see the timer as well at 51 minutes. So yes, this is, we're gonna watch a full match it seems, and here we see the good start of fear of missing out, discarding that abhorrent Oculus.
I mean, that's a good card to discard. I wonder if there's a way to bring it back.
Might be. I do see a white card in Adriano's hand, and the only white card in this deck is the Helping Hand.
But look at that. Change the equation.
Change the equation, counter a spell with mana value 2 or less, but Spell Pierce says, no, I am resolving this Oculus, I'm getting it into play, and you are in a lot of trouble now.
A lot of trouble, so that Oculus is going to be manifesting, and I mean, it's a 5/5 flyer. Also important to keep track of the graveyard, since there's a fear of missing out to see when we can get Delirium. There's sorcery, instant, and creature right now. Ooh, but look at that, temporary lockdown. That doesn't quite take care of that Oculus, but it does take care of the fear of missing out and a land. Oculus staying alive though, and that's...
That's huge. Like this is exactly the sort of scenario this Oculus deck wants to set up. It is an aggro deck, but it really wants to take advantage of the format being vulnerable to lockdown by itself relying on 3-drop creatures, dodging the lockdown. Tursa, Steamcore Scholar, and Abhorrent Oculus. And you see the speed that Adriano is playing with. This is a Magic Online Blitz-style player, just churning through these motions, knows exactly how to play his deck.
I was wondering if we had the times wrong, and there were like 3 minutes left, so the player was playing very fast.
Yeah.
Now it's just the pace of the player. That's fantastic. So very fast here. This board is quite...
And Niv, once again, just doesn't... It does actually did pick up an answer to the Abhorrent Oculus. There is a Get Lost in that hand, as well as a Stock Up and a Rediscover the Way, 2 card advantage tools and a Beza. So there's catch-up tools and card advantage tools here. But step 1 is getting rid of that Oculus here. And so... Adriano going to turn away these charge the towers, very happily hit the graveyard. And there is a Prof actually picked up, I think. But I wonder if Adriano is holding on to that and not... Oh, it's a Winter Night Story. So even more card draw here. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature. But his hand is flush with land, so just has to discard 2. And this card can get harmonized later. Get Lost, hitting the Oculus here. Now we just see a few ground creatures, Niv down to 4 life, but this Beza is going to really change the equation here. Oh wait, I did it. That was not even on purpose.
See, you did it. It was not on purpose?
Oh no.
See, that's why your puns are better. They are just natural.
Well, I thought maybe the... Okay, I guess that was a pun. Actually, Beza also making the treasure token here.
Tokens,
getting a couple player token here.
Couple of Hall of Fame.
Exactly, yeah. Bob Baher and... What, that was it seemed like the Prof got revealed as if it's lethal. It might actually be lethal because of the fear of missing out. So now you can crack your map tokens onto the Steamcore Scholar. If you have Delirium, you can attack... Oh, I see. You can draw the cards from the Winter Night Stories, yes. Make sure you have Delirium. The Prof will trigger once on the Scholar. You attack with fear of missing out and the Scholar. And untap the Scholar. So this is like dealing, what, like 6 damage in the air, but then you will get an extra combat step. This will trigger the Prof again. So actually, this is a ton of damage. This is attacking for 16 in the air.
That seems like enough, because he's at 8.
Yeah, Adriano knew, as soon as he drew the Prof, you saw the way he played it, he was like, yeah, I have this. But then realized, okay, I should probably show why it is lethal. But I know, as soon as I draw my card, that it is indeed lethal.
Showing why also Adriano is 6-0 here this weekend.
Yeah, that was a brutally fast game there. I do wonder if that was actually like the entire match.
Can redeem or not itself with this Jeskai control.
Oh, we see again the Spell Pierce here, though. So crucial for Adriano in this first game here. And is that a Ghost Vacuum? It is. So Ghost Vacuum actually stops the Shiko. And
Yeah.
this is how Adriano rates the Chico. He's not overrating it. He's saying this card is so scary. I need to bring in an entire sideboard card just to make it into a 5-mana 4/5 vigilance.
I mean, that does work there.
Ooh, and I love here, Adriano waiting to play the Proft until he has Spell Pierce up. Now getting to resolve it, and knowing that this card is just so important for the way his deck works.
There's Helping Hand in hand. Another one, 2 Helping Hands, but nothing in the graveyard to reanimate yet. We do have the Scholar, so that can be an opportunity to put some cards in the graveyard. Does it resolve, though? There's a Tishana's Tidebinder countering the trigger.
I see. So the Scholar's not going to get to draw any cards here, which means he's not going to trigger the Proft. And now Niv can actually, his hand was full of removal spells, but can actually now start to clear away these creatures. And you see actually the Abrade taking care of the Ghost Vacuum, making sure that you can resolve a Chico later. Do see a Chico in Niv's hand. So yeah, this is the necessary play. And I wonder if you just point a Lightning Helix at this Scholar and then attack, but no, attacking first, wanting to keep up this Lightning Helix so you can stop the trigger from Proft. But Adriano's ready for this. Getting in the Scholar into play, drawing 2, discarding, trying to target it with Proft. Niv will use the Lightning Helix to kill it, and Adriano has that Spell Pierce.
Oh,
that's a Kaito. Wow, okay. Kaito's gone. The Foundation's Kaito, 3-mana Planeswalker, which does something. No one has ever read the card because it's always getting discarded. But here it is, Spell Pierce dealing with this, still negate in Adriano's hand as well. And so now there's this 4/4 flyer causing trouble. Is that a land to be able to play? No!
Stock up.
Negate hitting the stock up. No 5th land for Niv. Can't play out the... can play out the Chico next turn and maybe try to stabilize behind a 4/5 against this 4/4 body. There's no targets for this Helping Hand here. Adriano looking at the graveyard saying, what can your card get back?
Oh,
and deciding to just play out a Chandra here. Can even go +1 on it, just to put a counter on the Scholar, but I guess it's better to start by making a 3/2 vehicle here. That is what this token is representing. It's a 3/2 crew 1 vehicle, and Chandra's ability says it becomes crewed and gets haste. So that's an attack for 7 from Adriano there. Pushing it down to 13.
I mean, Adriano here making a great job of keeping applying pressure every turn, and it's difficult to deal with so many things, but look, it's your favorite card, Chico, that stock up.
And so this Chico now does stop the Scholar, but Adriano can go plus on the Chandra to discard a card and draw a card, or even sacrifice the vehicle to draw a card, putting a counter on the Scholar from the Proft, and be able to attack for 5 through that Chico here.
Land up.
But then, actually, really wants to do that as well, because that puts Chandra out of range of the attack from Chico. Niv has the Lightning Helix, so can go, so can still threaten to kill the Chandra next turn. So we'll see what Adriano draws here. I think actually Niv might be ahead unless Adriano draws something good. And is that a second Steam Core Scholar? Or is that a Winter Night Stories? Another way to draw cards would be quite good here. It is another Steam Core Scholar.
So let's draw 2. And
and hits a Get Lost, but doesn't want to play that one yet. Discarding 2 lands rather than discarding the Helping Hand. So can't quite play the Get Lost on the Chico this turn, but can do it next turn. This turn, you can just put 3 more counters onto the Scholar, attack for 7. Niv is down to 13, probably just has to take 7 damage and go down to 6. No, Chump blocks here and is aiming to use Day of Judgment to clear up this board. I wonder if that means there's an answer to Chandra available, because otherwise you might be in trouble if you didn't keep that Chico around.
So let's see here what Niv is able to do. We know about the Day of Judgment.
Yeah, because the Day of Judgment doesn't take care of the vehicle, doesn't take care of the Chandra.
That's true, so... And Helping Hand is ready to get those colors back as well.
The interaction between Chandra and Proft actually is not that favorable, because you can't choose the vehicle as the target for Proft since it won't be a creature yet. But you do have this Helping Hand. Adriano, expecting this to happen, discarding the lands instead of the Helping Hand, in case there was a Day of Judgment to clear the creatures, bringing back the Scholar, and now once again has a target for this Proft. And Nif didn't have enough white mana to leave out this Lightning Helix. He has 3 Lightning Helixes in hand? No, 2 Lightning Helix and a Beza.
So fear of missing out here, discarding a basic island, drawing a land.
So that's another 3 counters from this eye. This prophetic memory, or this proft eidetic memory. I did it again. Just continuing to show how strong this is. Continuing to buff up your creatures and making everything into such a threat.
2 mana here, we get another fear of missing out.
Another fear of missing out. And this one, it doesn't even require you to discard a card to draw a card. It says when it comes into play, you must discard a card and then draw a card. If you have nothing in hand, it just draws a card. So now you can animate this vehicle, and this one will get buffed up and come in for 7 damage.
Yeah, looks like Adriano putting the counters there. 7 damage coming through. That is going to leave Nif at 6 life. And there's Delirium, I believe.
Yes, so these fear of isolations need to be dealt with, because that's so much damage next turn with the prof triggering multiple times again.
Yeah, I mean, Adriano doesn't have any fear of missing out. This card is amazing. And now we have Beza being able to create a couple of fish tokens, gaining some life.
Yes, and can also still Lightning Helix one of these fears. Or the target of the prof, depending on what happens.
That's like
that's an exercise and an Oculus here. So exercise can get rid of that Beza, allowing you to attack. And it's possible that the Chandra will actually just discard the Oculus to draw a card to set up this whole prof thing. I don't think you're very happy to do that, though. Might just make another vehicle. Sure, that makes sense.
Checking the graveyard.
Instead of trying to get queued and triggering the prof multiple times, just relies on the fact that the fear of isolations, the fear of missing out, are just attacking for so much.
Yeah, attacking there with a vehicle, the fear of missing out. Scholar as vigilance.
Yeah, so the interaction between Scholar and fear of missing out is really brutal, because you don't need to untap the Scholar to take advantage of attacking an extra time because of the vigilance. It's like fear of missing out with vigilance creatures is huge.
It does work quite well, so more attackers for that second combat phase.
I wonder if this Jeskai deck, the Oculus deck, could play Shiko. That's another vigilance flyer combo with the fear of missing out.
That's true. Actually, it does have potential, Simon.
Yeah, thank you. So let's see what these fears are targeting. I assume it's going to be the vehicle and another one of the fears. And the way this works is that there's going to be 2 additional draw attack steps, but you're not going to get to untap twice, though. So you're not going to be able to, like, the next attack step, the third attack step, you can only attack with the Steam Core Scholar.
Yeah, only with the Vigilance creature.
And you see here the Lightning Helix taking care of the fear missing out that was targeted. Oh, so it seems like the fears were just targeting themselves, actually. And by killing one of them, you prevent one of the combat steps from happening, because you remove the target.
Very good there, so
yeah, going to 4 of this attack here, trampling the vehicle. And Adriano says, I can just crew my vehicle, and I can attack for lethal with this combination. Right, because the Chandra triggers in the beginning of combat, so you get another combat, which means the other vehicle gets screwed.
Chandra is really good, actually.
Yeah, that makes
wow.
sense. Okay, I see. That's an interaction. Again, Adriano knew exactly what was going on there, teaching us how to play this deck extremely quickly.
I mean, showing why he is now undefeated at 7-0 here after 7 rounds. And let me tell